Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Megan if you're new here. We have another week of what we're eating to clear out the fridge, the freezer, the pantry situation because we're going on vacay and we don't want to have a bunch of stuff hanging around, you know, being an unwelcomed guest while we're gone. So if you didn't catch last time's, I will link that video below. You can see what we ate in the first week, but now we're gonna start another week. So I'm gonna show you what we did yesterday. I was looking some kind of crazy, so I didn't really show myself, but I'll show you what all we ate to kind of start using things up or continue to use things up. And then I'll show you today too. You'll never guess what lunch is. You'll never guess. It's noodles, you guessed it. Doggone, you're so smart. We're gonna be using up more noodles. Shall we pick them out? Let's do that. I told the kids we'd probably do shell noodles, and by probably, I mean we are. We've been using the Trader Joe's marinara sauce. You know, I think the price is good on this one. I think it was $1.99, but really it tastes more like it would be amazing on pizza. That's just my thought on that. Today we'll use it again for the noodles though, even though it would be better on pizza, because we got to get it used up. All right, still over here trying to finish up the stuff for smoothies. So we are going to grab the triple berry. There's barely any of the triple berry. And then these blueberries, we'll put those in the smoothie along with some other treats. Pretty much the same things I've showed you already a bunch of times. Say goodbye to the triple berry blend bag. Bye. Next mission, use up the blueberries. May have to make a blueberry pie. Israel has been requesting that, and I have crust for it, so it's a good combination, but I'll add a little bit more in there because that's not quite enough. We're popping open another can of the Tropical Gold pineapple in pineapple juice to add to this. I've already got the flaxseed in there, banana, milk, and the yogurt going on. Lunchtime is happening. I had a can of olives going on, so I put those in there. And then I'm almost done with the triple berry blend. I've just got a tiny bit more. I couldn't fit it in this here, or I would have. And then we had some cocktail peanuts I'm gonna use up right there. I've got some hoagies that I get at Sam's Club. We'll eat those up. And I'm gonna wash up some grapes, put those in there. And then I gotta fill in the other holes. This is my favorite thing to do if you've got a lot of things that just have little bits of it in the fridge or in the pantry or whatever. This is a good way to use it up and you make it look fancy, even though it's not really that fancy. Here's the completed. We had some more Danish butter cookies that needed to get eaten up. We have the peppers, okay, same with the berries, the grapes, the olives, and the peanuts. Bread over here on the side. And if they want something else, well, after that's all gone, we'll have some more. Since I was getting some ground beef out for tacos tonight, I thought I would take out some things for tomorrow. I am going to be making, actually not just tomorrow, but for the week. So I'm gonna make up the rest of these, what are they called? Turkey burgers. And then I'm gonna grab some chicken out. And you know what I really should have got is some stuff, like some peas. That way I can make chicken pot pie. Well, if we don't do chicken pot pie, we'll do some kind of chicky chick here. I have a little bit of potatoes left in the cabinet. We'll pull out some salmon and we'll have that this week too. Look at that, guys. We're really getting through it. I'm gonna have to get some two hands to get the chicken out though, because these are all kept together. Not a good idea. When you're storing Costco chicken, maybe cut the pieces off. It's a little easier to handle. Dinner time's happening. We got meat going in for tacos. Rosarita's coming for dinner, so we're gonna cook up some of that. I think I'm gonna make some pico de gallo. We'll shred some cheese over yonder, heat up the shells, and that uses up several things. Come on, Rosarita. Show thyself. Can't do this one-handed, folks. George has decided to take a very prominent place right by the meat here. Okay, so using up some more of the jalapeños that I had from earlier. We don't add a whole lot of them in there. Probably just gonna get the rest of those little guys out. And then cilantro and a little bit of onion, salt, pepper. I forgot we had lime too. That's definitely a yes when you're making the old pico de gallo. Taco. A little seasoning. I don't use the whole packet, just a little bit. We'll add our water. We'll let that do its business. First time I've used the Aldi one. I really hope it turns out okay. I ran out of my other one. Well, actually I didn't really run out of it. Let's say I finished it. That's what I did. And so I'm hoping this one does smell a little different, but hopefully it's good. I also have some black beans back here that I am gonna use up. And we did use the olives at lunchtime that were in the fridge, but I put another one in there like soon after. So I'll get those out of the fridge here and we'll slice them up. There they are. Check it, meat, beans, We got black beans. I cut up some avocados. Oh, and the shells are done. I cut up some avocado, salt, and peppered those. We got the pico. We got cheese. That doesn't look like very much at all. We might be adding to that. We got a little cilantro. I pulled apart some clementines. We've got carrots and ranch. And then I have some salsa. This one, it's a little on the sweet side. Not my fave, but we got to get it used up. And we're using up our shells too. Just for the sake of using it up, I have some mozzarella back here that I'm going to partake of. And then one of the kids asked for just slices of cheese, so we'll do that. Look at that. It's all in there. The beans, the avocados. I crunched up the shell on the top. Bon appetit, my friend. Check this out. I got out my Betty Crocker. We're gonna use up some, we're gonna use up some shortening, some flour, a little bit of salt, a little bit of baking powder, and we're gonna make biscuits. What's that song from the NPR? Marky, what's that song about the biscuits? Not Taste the Biscuit, but the other one.
Oh, powder biscuits.
But how does
Have
it?
you tried them powder?
Have you tried them?
Have you tried them powder milk? Hold on, let's look at the words.
I don't think that's how it goes. He's gonna have to go out and do some homework.
Look up the words.
Has your family tried that powder milk? You guys know this from the Prairie Home Companion? Sing it to us, Marky.
Has your family tried them powder milk? Or if you're
And if they've tried that powder milk.
I don't know.
Oh, okay, you're just gonna have to Google it. Powder milk biscuit song. Sometimes you'll get just the instrumental, and
Yeah.
sometimes you'll get the song.
From a Prairie Home Companion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm not making. I actually am making powder. What? I'm making powder. No. I'm making baking powder biscuits.
They're really good. Yeah. Highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
And then you gotta make them thin so that they don't rise too much, but they're kind of dense.
He likes them more on the dense side. I probably would like them more on the fluffy side.
Like a hockey puck.
A hockey puck.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound appetizing?
Yeah.
I've been eating these since I was a kid, and I'm gonna continue eating them today. As usual, George is in his most trusted spot, right where I need to be. Thank you, George. Okay. Mama loves shortening, shortening, shortening. Mama loves shortening, shortening bread. Hey, when you don't have a pastry cutter, you just use 2 forks and it does what it needs to do. We'll mix that in, we'll add the milk, we'll pat it out before, and this pan too, and then my weird looking one right there. What do you think, Marky? Are they hockey puck enough? Dunno bunno. Even my funny looking little one. A little apple butter would have made these divine, but I don't have that. So butter it is. Dinner time is happening and we're having chicken fajitas again. If you saw our last video, we made chicken fajitas. Well, I had some more peppers and we like to eat things on repeat. Any of you? So I cook them up 450 in the oven. Peppers on one pan. You could probably put them on the same pan as the chicken. And the chicken, I have a fajita seasoning that I use. I'll put that in the description box. 450, 20 minutes. Bada bing, bada bacon, baby. Cut them up, add the cheeses and the pico de gallo that we have left over from last night. There wasn't a whole lot, but we don't really use a whole lot, so it's perfect. Warm up the tortillas, shred the cheese. Maybe I'll even cut up some avocados again. Oh. I added the clementines. Can you tell we have a lot of clementines trying to get through them? We've got grapes over there that we're finishing up. We've got strawberries. We've got cucumbers. Raw peppers for the kids that like those. We've got pico over there. Tortillas. Cheese, cilantro. It's time to eat.
Can
You
I
got a
go
little
tell
burp?
everybody?
Go tell them, yes please. Check that beauty out. Don't it look yummy? Bon appetit, my friend. Hello, my friends. It's another day. We're playing with these blaster guns. It's life around here. We're using up the last of the turkey, ground turkey meat to make those turkey burgers again. If you saw the last week of what we ate. And I put them in the fridge. I let them defrost. So now all I'm gonna do is grab my Riley seasoning and some olive oil, stick them in the pan, cook them up, and we're gonna be happy with that. We're also gonna make a smoothie. This one right here doesn't do meat, so I'm either going to make him yogurt or I might make him some more noodles. I'll think about that. And this morning, by the way, I ate eggs and an avocado. There was still a tiny bit of pico de gallo left over from the taco night. So I had just the tiniest bit of that too for my breakfast. And Noli Ray shared that with me wherever she went. I don't know. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Just kidding, guess not. Okay, I'm cooking, I'm making, we're lunching. Here we go. It's another day. Look what I'm making. Over here, I've got apple cider bubbling up in there because we're gonna make apple cider donut bread. You can also make them as muffins. It's so good. At the end, well, after you've cooked them, you melt some butter and you have some cinnamon and sugar and you dip them in there just like you would have if you were having an apple cider donut. It is so tasty. So the reason that we're putting it on the stove is because as it boils and cooks and warms and does all of that stuff, it's going to like boil down and kind of get concentrated, bring out the sweet goodness. So that's a great way that we're gonna be using up the apple cider. Kind of unfortunately, we still have this tiny bit left, so probably at snack time we'll heat up just the smallest amount. Everybody gets like little baby drops of it, like they're little baby goats, and we're gonna feed it to them. You know that noodles and sauce are gonna be happening today. Yeah, we still gotta use them up, come on now. These girls have little tattoos on them, so we got them all decorated yesterday. We're actually gonna finish up 2 boxes today. I don't know what kind of person in my family I thought was gonna eat that last teeny tiny bit, but I was really living the dream over there. I got the water boiling, adding the noodles, it's so easy. Like taking candy from a baby. I would never do such a thing. Well, I wouldn't give them the candy, but maybe I would. Okay, I'm also making a smoothie, same as before, although the triple berry is gone. We used that up the last time, but we are finishing up the blueberries. I did finish up the flax seed going in there, so that's excellent. Finished up the yogurt that went into the smoothie. We're finishing stuff up. Don't you feel good? I do. In here, we've got butter and brown sugar. It was supposed to be room temperature. I'm gonna say it was like almost room temperature butter, so it's gonna take a little time. I got flour. We're gonna add some goodness to this. I just added in a tablespoon of apple pie spice. I homemade it. I don't know, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, ginger, and baking powder, baking soda, salt. Over here, we got done with the creaming of the sugar and the butter. And now we're adding in an egg, and we're gonna start adding in all the stuff to make this turn into the yumness that we're after. Ooh, I gotta add a teaspoon of vanilla. There she goes into the oven, about 50 minutes. I always underset mine. Is that the word, underset? I do it more like 40 minutes and check it because my oven does cook a bit fast, but 50 minutes should do on probably most ovens. She's done. Now what I do is leave it for 15 minutes and then I have some melted butter and sugar and cinnamon. I'm gonna take it out of the pan, pour the melted butter all over it. It's like a butter bath. It's just heavenly. And then I'll sprinkle the cinnamon and the sugar mixture all over it. And it's going to be heaven. And then we're gonna eat it. And I'm happy. Yum, it's so good. You can put it on in layers. Mainly it's just on the top, but I just try to get some on the sides. Butter, cinnamon, sugar, yes. This might just be the best time I've ever made it. Bon appetit. Good morning. We're making homemade waffles today. Zion is also going to be having some scrambled eggs. She's the mixer for that one. But with the homemade waffle mix, I also just make pancakes with the same mix. It's really quite similar. And then we'll freeze anything that's extra and it'll be good to go. Doubling the recipe with the waffle pancake mix, it's just flour and baking powder and salt. Oh, I got to add 1 more tablespoon of baking powder since I'm doubling that. Good thing we had this chat. Noli's our mixing girl right now. She still has her tattoos on. In here, eggs, milk, vanilla, and oil. And then we'll add it to the flour mixture and we'll make it up. It's easy, so easy. You giving it a good mix?
I have to find the milk.
It's sourdough making time just while the waffle maker's heating up. I can't use my favorite bowl to make my sourdough because it's full of Orbeez with these little blaster guns, which the kids have had a lot of fun with. But I am going to use my KitchenAid bowl today. It's gonna be all right. It's just something about the shape of it I really enjoy. I give 1 loaf to my dad and then we keep a loaf, but this time we're gonna give 1 loaf to my dad and 1 loaf to my sister. It's her birthday and my dad's going up to see her at school and is going to bring her a loaf of bread. I just had somebody asking if I made sourdough yesterday. They're getting together with a group of people and they're gonna put it together. And I said, yes, I'll come, it's lots of fun. Once you get started, it's really simple. It's just sometimes it can be intimidating just because it's new. Don't be intimidated. Look at that. Look at that starter floating. That's how you know you got it good. I've already put together all the flour. I have the bread flour, over here, and then I have the whole wheat flour down here. High protein, gluten content going on in there that really makes for a happy sourdough. I'm just gonna put the whole thing in there and then kind of do the little process that we do, but not long, and we'll have ourselves some bread. Oh, and this could be the start of something big. Okay, we started out. More to come. We're gonna do some lunch timing, and I have got just a little bit of chicken nuggets left. Well, fun nuggets, of course. So we'll finish that up. Do I have any friesy wisies? I do. All right, we'll just finish these guys up and then add some veggies. A ton more fries than I was expecting. Chicken nuggets will be good. All right, Tattoo Girl is our strawberry cutter. She's inspecting, making sure she's only got the finest strawberry going in the bowl. Yeah. My dough is coming along. I still have several more stretch and folds to do, but then we'll be done with that. Noah, it's dinny din time, and I am putting together some shrimp. Can you see that? I've just got olive oil. Usually I grate up some garlic, but this time I put garlic powder. You can put some oregano, basil, put some chili pepper flakes in there. Did I say olive oil? I think so. At the end, I'll put some lemon juice on it and some salt right before I cook it up. So that guy's going. We have our salmon going, salt, pepper. I'm gonna put some lemon zest on there, fresh lemon zest. Probably squeeze it with a little lemon after it's all said and done. Since we just have beautiful vegetables, we'll do some more broccoli Normandy because we just like it. And I'm also gonna put together that mac and cheese right there. It's going gourmet, people. I think it's gonna be good. Salmon is done. If you can see the lemon zest on there, those will be yummy. The roasted vegetables are done, all done. Marky already took some of the shrimp, but that's done. The gourmet mac and cheese, cooking up, doing its thing. Bon appetit. Let's see, dough is ready to go in the fridge for a long proof overnight, and then we'll cook up these beauties tomorrow. I just got these oval bannetons in the last couple weeks, and I enjoy using them. They're fun. Typically, I've been using the round ones, but these are fun. Good morning, friends. It's another day. So we've been eating through waffles. We've been eating through, that's the coffee talking back there, by the way. We've been eating through homemade waffles. We had some of the not homemade waffles, and I can't remember what those are called. I want to say Legos, but Lego waffles doesn't mean, Eggo waffles, that's what it is. Okay. I just made up sourdough bread. This is gonna go to my dad. The other one's gonna go to my sister for her birthday. And then I'm gonna have to make some for myself here soon because the kids were already asking, like, are we gonna get some? And I was like, not this time. I just made 2 at a time. I should have probably made more at a time, but I didn't. So I'm about to put the second one in the oven now. Gonna drink some coffee because yes. And I'll tell you what's next. Guys, we're finally doing it. We're finally making the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay Biscuit Mix. We've had this for a long time. We've attempted to make it for, I don't know, 6 weeks. We're finally gonna do it. And yet there's 4 different packets in here, so we have to make it a lot more times. But today we're gonna put these together along with some steak that we bought and some fresh green beans. That's gonna be dinner tonight. This is so easy. So you get the packet and cold water, shredded sharp cheddar cheese, which I have, and then they give you the biscuit mix, and then there's an herb topping that goes with butter on the top. Oh, it's so good. So we'll make these up. We'll make the steak, salt, pepper, you know, put them in the pan, bada bing, bada bacon, little green bean action going on. Boil the water, boil those little guys up a little bit, not mushy, al dente. Salt, pepper, olive oil on top of those. Dinner's done, baby. Come on. I had a clever moment, and I looked up the conversion rate to using the kitchen scale with the cheese. It calls for half a cup of sharp cheddar cheese. So 41.5 grams is the same. That way, all I do is shred it right in there. I'm using one less like plate or whatever. Aren't I clever? Yeah, I like those clever moments, and I'm having one right now. Got to peek through the curtains here and check those babies out. Looking good. Okay, I made 10 of them. And then they'll cook for about 12 minutes in my oven. It's supposed to be like 14 to 16, but my oven's a little fast. Little hot cooker. We've got a little hotty toddy in here. We have found the key to really good steak is making sure it's seasoned well. So we do use a lot of salt on this and the pepper. It makes a big difference. Then we do like a little butter goodness on the ending. You know, after we flip it over and it's getting a nice sear on the outside, we get some butter going, and the flavors just are fantastic. It used to taste kind of weird when we make steak at home, and we always think, why is it so much better when you're eating out? And then I think we saw something with Gordon Ramsay, and it was like, the amount of salt is really what matters. So we don't typically eat a high sodium diet, So a little extra salt here is no problem, and it does make a huge difference. Oil in the pan, listen to that sizzle. Ooh, we'll salt and pepper the other side here too. Beautiful. We've got our other pan going on here. I don't want to crowd it because it kind of steams it more so than really gives it a good sear. A lot of noises going on. A butter, and then they give you a little packet of herbs. So we just pour these little cuties right over the top. I have a trick that I've been using to melt the butter when I have a situation like this where I have to put butter on the top. I take this white little oven-safe dish and I stick it in the oven and let the oven that's already on for the other stuff melt. Just make sure you use a hot pad or you will burn yourself. I like one less step, then you don't have to worry about splattering in your microwave. It's brilliant. Nothing like butter splattered in your microwave to make an annoying bay. Those smell good. Done, done, done. Marky just put the green beans in for me. I've got sage plain butters on the top. I'm gonna kind of take that butter as it melts and ladle it up over it. These are really nearly done. Woo-hoo. It's fast dinner. These are fast dinners with lots of flavor. It's great. Look at that. Greeny beans, the little cheddar bay biscuit goodness, steak. It's gonna be a good dinner. Let me tell you what, that steak was beautiful. I ate all of my stuffs except for the ends of the green beans. I don't do that. I should have cut them beforehand, but why when you can do it after? It's just a quick one. Daddy-O, did you have your steaks?
I did.
Did you have a biscuit? Please. Weeks and weeks of making these biscuits, you gotta eat one.
Yeah, I tried one. They were good.
Okay, good. I think, guys, we're gonna wrap up this particular video and then we'll show you what's next in the next video. But we're using up stuff. We're also buying fresh stuff again, aren't we? We can't help ourselves. We like the fresh stuff. But we're trying to get up all the frozen in all of the pantry. And I think we're doing it. So, thanks for hanging out with me. You guys take care and we'll see you really soon. Toodaloo!